Welcome everybody. My name is Jeff with IDX. I've got Gretchen in the background that is going to assist with all of our market report questions. Pretty exciting one. We've been looking forward to getting this launch out, getting some education out on this and how to best utilize it with your IDX, your clients, how it works on the side of your middleware dashboard, managing your clients with them, how they see it in their dashboard, what they get out of it, how frequently they get, and then what you can do with these market reports when adding them to your website. So there's a couple of different ways of being able to do this. So just to start off, this is going to be something that is only available within our Platinum solution and our Home solution. So there's no additional cost to be able to have market reports. However, the only additional cost that you might be looking at is when having sold data added to your account, you do get some additional benefits out of this with the recently sold market activity, and then you also get the market data for the recently sold listings. So those two kind of add a little bit more of a benefit to that. It's not something you have to have. It just does give some more analysis over the monthly report that could be sent out to your clients about the new market reports inside there. So just a general overview. Basically what this is it's a search page that you can add into your website where clients can search city, county, or postal zip codes. Within the results of these, they're going to be pulling in your recent activity, such as sold listings, new listings, and open houses. Again, if you don't have sold data, it will not display the sold listings section. The second tier is going to show market data for active listings, recently sold listings, along with price trends. And then it'll include some demographics of this area. These reports are based off of a monthly thing, which is going to be cost of living, average income, employment, population, and weather. One thing to note on these, if you're using a mobile wrapper, which we're slowly transitioning away from the mobile wrappers, that you will actually get an error page when it's on a mobile device being displayed on somebody's phone. So if you have mobile wrappers enabled, contact our support team or contact your local developer, whoever you're using, and they can assist you and kind of help you as to what needs to be changed in order for this to get working correctly on a mobile device. We did some tests just before this just to make sure. Mine's on an iPhone XS. The results that was pulling up worked in both vertical and horizontal displays. Going into the pages worked and was very clean. It's all responsive and it fits the screen very nice. And it also has carousels that you can swipe left and right on the individual properties. What these look like, we're going to do just a general overview, and then I'll go show you what they actually look like on a live website. So this would be your pricing trends graph. It's going to be a year over year is what this is going to be displaying. You're going to get the recently sold. Again, this one here does have to have these fields available in your MLS, so like condos, townhomes, single family, multifamily. Now, it's not going to show all of these fields if you don't have these inside your MLS. So the particular MLS that we're going to be looking at is actually going to have two that we have activated. So you'll see what's going to be available on it. So this is going to be sold where you can toggle through the different pins and it'll show the properties over here. It also is going to have a list view, which I will show you the list views on this as well. So let's go dive in to where it's at in our middleware. And then we're going to show you how to utilize it in a couple of different fashions, and then what you see on what the clients are going to see on their email updates. So this is your regular middleware. So we're going to go to Designs, Website, Page Template, and then what you've got is the very bottom of this is now going to be report pages. Dynamic is not the one we want to click on. We're going to want to work off of the market reports section right here. So if you click on this or you go click on edit, you can get into the preferences of these as well, but we're keeping it very simple and we're just going to go with the market report section. When you're using WordPress, this is going to be pulled over in the API where you'll be able to add it into your navigation menu. So in your dropdown, you've got your market report section, which is going to get us to the same page that we were just at. If you're not using a WordPress and you're needing to hyperlink it, you can click on this link, get this URL, and you'll be able to go hyperlink it off of your navigation menu. You can go create an icon on the front page of your website and hyperlink it to this. You can have text on there. Whatever you guys want to put as far as the aesthetics looks of it, all you're doing is hyperlinking it to this search page, basically. So it's going to give the client information of what they're going to get when they perform a search. We're going to keep ours in the same area for this whole thing. So this is a zip code in a neighborhood. This is kind of called North Gillum, which is typically what we kind of show off in our webinars. So we're going to get this URL. So there's two things you can do with this, and we'll get to a little bit later, but keep this in mind. So right now we're going to pull up, we got 4 listings sold this week, 2 listings just today, 2 open houses upcoming in this week. Every page is going to have several call to actions. So there's always a sign up on top. And then as we scroll down, you're going to see a sign up little modal basically pop up on the bottom footer, which is just right here. So they can close this down, or they can go ahead and use that call to action to sign up. So they'll see the active listings. They're going to see what is residential lots and land. Like I mentioned earlier, we only have 2 property types for this particular MLS. This is what we're showing. So we've got an average price of $518 with 77 active. It's a hot market right now. There's not much available. Lots and land, same thing. Recently sold, this is where you can click on the individual little icons here, or the dots, and it's going to show you the properties. You can also dump this into a list view or a table view. So it's a little bit easier to kind of just do a general quick, for performing a CMA, or clients can kind of go look at their own CMA just real quick, just to kind of get a general idea. This is all available for them as well. Price trends, this is what we were talking about earlier. This is all going to be year over year. So August 18 to July 19. So now we got August 19 to July 20. And you can change the colors of these. These are CSS, where it is customizable. So you can do that with anything that's basically showing color within the graphs. The demographics section, you've got population, employment, weather, income, and costs. And up here in the top right corner, it'll also show you what the average is for each of these. And again, one more time, we've got one more sign up call to action. This again is going to be the same pop-up modal that we're already using. So whatever you have for your sign up form, this is the same thing that's going to generate. So your first name, your last name, email address, and phone number. So a couple of different things to do with this. We can copy this URL. So if I'm going to create a saved link based off of a certain area, my targeted niche area. And what we're going to do is go create a landing page for all these listings. So I've already created this. So I'm going to go into my save links, and we're going to go 97408 is where I did this. So I created a predefined search. I'll go show you the search section. So what I've done is I've come in here, I've put in my search criteria, I've got my zip code, I've got my price range, and I think I've pretty much left it right at that, displaying newest listings. And I update my save links. I don't need to because everything's there. I'm going to go into my preferences. This is where you can give your page title. You're probably already going to have this done, or you can go create this. You give your page title. It's going to give it whatever's being displayed up here in the tab. This is your URL name. So this is where you're going to give your SEO. You can add meta tags, descriptions, keywords, and then here we can put in our custom subheaders. So the custom subheaders here, you can kind of expand this down so you can kind of see what we're working with. So I wanted to put in an image of this area. I want to put in some information about this area, the grade schools, middle schools, high schools, neighborhood associations. And then I've also added this text here. This text here is linking. So I took that URL that we were talking about just a little bit ago. So I took this URL, copied it, and I took a market reports text. I centered it, and I put a box inside there. So basically it's an element that we've added as a box. You can do a lot with these. You can make them an actual button. You can put your own colors to them. We kept it pretty just like out of the box as far as like what you get. So keep in mind, it might not look the greatest here, but this is what you're going to get out of the box. You can take and go modify it, add it with CSS. We'll just save our changes just so we know that everything's there. We'll go back into managing these and click on the eyeball. We're going to go preview the save link that we did. So the save link that we've got, so here's my custom subheader. It's a pretty large image. You can probably shrink it down a little bit. Going to give me information. This is, okay, North Gillum area. Here's information about the area. And then I'm pulling in my map on the left-hand side, my home atlas. And I have now this is a home template, so keep that in mind. Got my listings over here on the right-hand side. And then at the top here, I have my market report. So this is a button. Like I said, this is just no customization. This is generally just dumping it in there. So what this is going to do is it's now going to give me a populate of the market reports for here, so I can kind of look at that. Now you also have that ability to be able to point that to open up in a new tab, so that you'll have two tabs next to each other displaying market reports, but then also displaying the results of that saved link that we want to put for our niche area. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. It just kind of gives a little bit of options of not just having your client go search for it. This gives you ability to create that niche landing page for listings of that area, but then do the work for them and give them that market report so they can kind of go see these different areas. The more of these you have, I mean, they're all indexable pages, so we encourage you to use as much as you can out of these ones. These are going to be sent out once per month, these market reports. So if you get a lead inside here, let's go take a look at them. So inside this lead, I've got mine in here. So we're going to go pop up my note. Actually, let's go back one screen. I forgot one thing. We've added this new column now for Platinum. So we got the M for market reports. You have your saved searches, your saved properties. Now you got your saved market reports. We'll dive into these. And so you can see the traffic history. You got your property updates, saved properties, my saved searches, and now my market reports. So my market reports, again, are pulling in the 97408. That's the one that I created. As an agent or a broker, you can go in, let's say you had some coffee with somebody. You go back to the office and you found out that they're also maybe interested in another part of a town. Go grab market reports and go in on the back end of it, and let's go add a market report and choose your location. So now we go throw in 97401, and we can then go in and create that for that client, save market report, boom, it's done. So you got, it's very simple to add these. These are not very complicated to add. Much easier than doing like an advanced search, creating an entire thing for the client. Inside the message center, so we're going to go take a look and see what this looks like on the client side. Like I said before, these are some things that will be going out once per month. So here's your market reports that was sent out. So this one here I received. It's labeled a little bit differently. It was sent out on the 1st. The status is it was delivered. Status here, it was opened. Status here, I clicked on something from that email that I received. So you'll be able to see what your clients are doing with their opening these. Now you can do the same thing for your saved searches and saved properties to be able to see if they're opening and clicking them. To see the actual email that was sent out, we can click on this. And so this is an email that your client is going to get. So it's coming from the agent. I'm the client, and my subject line, your market reports for Eugene, Oregon, 97408. Information that we're going to receive, average home listing price, view full report. This is going to open up in a new tab and go to that full report. And then it's going to show you the similar listings based off of 97408, what's sold. So you can kind of scroll through these, take a look at them. These also look very good, very clean on a mobile device. Tested on Android system and iPhone, looks very good. It's very clean. Again, you can also customize some of these. If you want to go into the settings for the emails that are going outbound, you have that ability to do that as well. So it pretty much kind of covers what we're going to be able to provide to your clients and what it looks like. Let's go log in. Just one thing, I want to go into what your clients are going to see on their side. So if I go log in as a lead, you know that you have the saved searches. You've already had that. The saved properties, you've already had that. Now at the bottom, they've got the market reports now. So they can view all market reports. It opens up in a new tab. So here's the market reports for 97408. When I created this, I did not opt in. There was a little radio button that I actually did not click. These are very simple. So if your client comes in here and like, man, I'm tired of getting reports for 97401, I don't want to see them anymore, you can toggle it. But then they're like, you know what? We are kind of interested in that area. I'm kind of wanting to see what's happening. So I've resubscribed. So now once a month, I will receive automatic email updates about the market reports for 97401. So very simple to go in and remove them, or just to stop receiving any updates for those market reports. So excellent. I told Gretchen it was going to take me 15 minutes and I'm at 10 or 11:17, so it's pretty dang good. Looks like there has been a tremendous amount of questions rolling in on the background here. I'm going to read over some of these and try to answer some of them that pertain to something that would be good for everybody. If you do have some additional questions, go ahead and roll them in. We can leave this webinar up and running now so we can get some of these questions answered for you. If we do run out of time and it going too long and seeing that we're losing interest, we can go ahead and follow up on these a little bit later with you as well. So I'm going to shut off the microphone for a moment and read this, and I'll get right back. A couple of good questions here. One's going to be as far as like the limitations of fields. Right now we are limited for what we have. We are looking to expand this. So as we are able to expand some of the fields that are available, we have to make sure that we can pull in additional fields from MLSs or additional data from MLSs. Once we do have that, we will move that into version 2. We are also working in our near future to be able to have market reports that will be widget-based instead of just page-based. So that'll be something that's on our local radar as well. If you happen to have an MLS and you're wanting to have market reports that's displaying sold data, if you go to our marketing page and you see that sold data is not available, if you know your sold data is available to IDX vendors, please let us know. Contact our support team. We can start a ticket and we can contact the MLS and see about adding sold data to our system so that it will benefit you. That way you can get the additional information, or your clients can get the additional information for those sold listings. Another question came up on the mobile wrapper. You might have missed it a little bit earlier. We are finding that if you are using the additional section for mobile wrappers, that it is displaying a whoops page. In order to do this, if you just disable the mobile wrappers on this portion of it, they are working just fine. It is responsive, turning the phone horizontal or vertical. For me, on my phone, it's an iPhone XS. It is working correctly. The scrolling is working correctly. Nothing is labeled off screen. Nothing is hiding over to the right. And swiping through properties left and right, everything seems to be working fine for me. If you do find that you are having a little bit of issues with yours, definitely reach out to us. It's something that we need to know so that we can try to get that fixed and taken care of right away. Another question we had is, can I verify sold data myself on my dashboard? That answer is yes. If you go into your dashboard, click on MLS, it's going to pop up all the MLSs that are currently enabled or triggered on your account. Now, if you, let's say you submitted that you're part of 3 MLSs, but you only activate 2. Some of the ones that are not approved that you haven't done yet, or you decided not to do it quite yet, or let's say you had it and removed it, we're going to leave it on your account. It's still going to be here. So like right now we've got, let's say for instance that we have regional multiple listing services was our first one that we added onto this account. It's active and ready to go, and it has sold data. Okay. Now we've got California regional. So since these are processing, it's not going to be able to display sold data, but if it is available, it will say that it is active or not. These 2 MLSs, I'm pretty sure, have sold data available. So another way to check that out is if you go to idxbroker.com, and then we're going to MLS coverage, and we will do Coastal Carolina. South Carolina is what that one was. And then offered exclusively for platinum accounts, sold data is available for this MLS for an additional $10 per month. So this is kind of the second way to just to double check it. But like I said, if you're finding on our website, whether it's inside the dashboard or it's on the marketing page, which they do work off of each other's data, please let us know that it is available from your MLS. It's something that we want to add. We want to give this feature to everybody that we can possibly do. Here says, it seems my account does not have access to the market report feature. Can you explain? There's a couple of different things. Most common is going to be that you are probably on IDX Broker Lite. Now keep in mind, this is something that is only available for our IDX Broker Platinum and our IDX Broker Home accounts. There's no additional fee for adding market reports to your Platinum account. That's probably a feature add-on. So if you're in Lite, if you wanted to take advantage of this, it's a simple upgrade within your dashboard. I can show you how to do that so you don't even have to contact us. If you go to Account and Upgrade, you go to Account Type, it's going to tell you what your current account type is on. And it's going to show you the available account types that are available. So right now I'm in Platinum, so that's what's here, and you got Lite. If you want to change it, you can go change account type. That's going to give you what your option is that is available. Right now, light is the only thing available for me. So what it's going to do is it's going to tell you what your monthly recurring charges are going to decrease $30 for a total recurring of $101.50. In addition, there's going to be a prorated of $0. Now, if you're going the other direction, it's going to give you that information as well. Once you click yes and submit now, those changes will be taken into effect immediately, and it's going to then enable for you to use market reports, which is on the bottom of your page templates. So if you're in light and you're on this page, you're going to hover over this, but it's going to be grayed out, and it will say that you're going to need to upgrade the account. So very simple to do right directly with your own dashboard if you wanted to do that. Did I understand correct that if I already have neighborhood pages, I can add the link to the report in this page? Yes, that is where you have to go into your own market reports. You have to go in and perform your own search. Once you do that, it's going to generate your URL. This URL is going to be dynamic. It's going to be updating the information on a regular basis. Copy this link. And then, for instance, let's go back to the one that we were looking at. And we're going to edit this page. And so the easiest way is inside the subheader section to go into it, put your text in here. And then what we've done, like if I highlight this, you're going to see it's hyperlinked right there. So basically what I'm doing is I'm hyperlinking that text, so market reports for North Gillum, and it's going to redirect to that landing page to display the market reports for that. So that's the easiest way to do it. So if you've already got those pages in there, go in and just do a quick little search. You saw how fast and easy it was for me to go in and search, copy and paste, and then go in here. So it does take time. However, it is something that's going to be beneficial for you and for your clients as well. If you just turned on sold data, that's something that has to actually trigger for our MLS and support team. Some MLSs do require approval on that. They will be notifying you if there's any issues or problems with that. Also, something that you can contact our support team and say, hey, trying to activate sold data. Like I said, some do require approval for that. Some of them do not, where we can just go in and trigger that toggle to go ahead and be add-on. Looks like the wrappers on the question on that is, can you disable mobile wrappers for just that portion? Looks like it's going to be using the mobile, so there is no version to go being able to click on the desktop and mobile. You don't have the toggle between the two there, unfortunately. Question came in about the color of the graphic. Those are something that you can change. That is being done via CSS currently. Eventually, we are going to make it a little bit easier so that it will be able to be modified a little bit easier. But as of right now, stage one, it is CSS that can change the color of those graphics. We do understand that there are two colors that are very similar, but that's something that, yes, we are working on that. Excellent. So great questions coming in. I appreciate everything. And Gretchen is just over here blasting through these things. Market reports dynamic. That's something that goes to the OOPS page each time. So at this moment in time, we're only working off of the market reports. Just to give you an idea, just so that you can see it. Market reports, you click on it, it works just fine. Market reports, the dynamic. This is where we want to stay away from. So we're working only with the bottom one, the market reports. Excellent. So we are right at 30 minutes. Fantastic questions. I appreciate you guys' time today. I hope this was very beneficial for you guys. Feel free to reach out to us if you've got any questions. The sales team can assist you as well as the support team. 800-421-9668. You can listen to the prompts for sales or support, or you can listen for the receptionist and ask to be transferred over. Thank you guys and have a great afternoon.